Hi everyone. Today's topic is metrics for small organizations and establishing a software metrics program. Let us take the suggestions of Cods who have made a common sense approach to the implementation of any software process related activity, that is to keep it simple. This is a guideline that works reasonably well in many activities. But how do I derive a set of simple software metrics? For this query, our answer is a single objective for improvement, where we reduce the time for evaluation and implement the change of requests. But how do we derive a simple set of software metrics that still provides value, and how can we be sure that these simple metrics will meet the needs of a particular software organization? We begin by focusing not on measurement but on results. A small organization might select the following set of measures which can be collected easily. Those are time, which is represented in hours or days, that is elapsed from the time a request is made until evaluation is completed. It is represented by TQ. And WEVAL, it represents effort person hours in order to perform the evaluation. The next measure is time. Whenever we come across time, it represents hours or days. The elapsed time from completion of evaluation to the assignment of change order to personnel, that is represented with T eval. And effort related to persons hours required to make the change is represented by W change. The time required to make the change is represented by T change. The next measure is errors uncovered during the work to make the change, represented by E change. Defects uncovered after change is released to the customer base, represented by D change. Once these measures have been collected from number of change requests, it is possible to compute the total elapsed time from change request to implementation of the change, and percentage is calculated for the elapsed time absorbed by initial queuing, evaluation, and challenge assignment and change implementation. These metrics can have access in the context of quality of data, which we can measure using E change and D change. In addition, the defect removal efficiency can be computed as DRE equal to E change divided by E change plus D change. The percentages are provided insight into where the change request process slows down, and it may lead to process improvement steps to reduce TQ, WEVAL, TEVAL, W change, and or E change. DRE can be compared to elapsed time and total effort to determine the impact of quality assurance activities on time and effort are required to make a change. These costs can show a substantial return on investment if the insights derived from the metrics data lead to meaningful process improvement for the software organization. Next, coming to the next topic, establishing a software metrics program. The SCI, which is abbreviated as Software Engineering Institute, has developed a guidebook for establishing a goal driven software metrics program, which suggests given steps. Those are 10 in number. Let us discuss one by one. First of all, we need to identify our business goals before establishing a software metric program. Next, we need to identify what we want to know or learn. And the next step is identify our sub goals. What are the sub goals we are getting under the actual business goal that is to be identified. Identify the entities and attributes related to your sub goals. We need to identify the entities as well as attributes present in that particular project which is related to their business sub goals. The next step is formalize your measurement goals. We need to formalize all the measurement goals that we have listed. The next step is identify quantifiable questions and the related indicators that we will use to help achieve our measurement goals. The quantity value is to be identified for the corresponding questions related to the indicators. The next one is identify the data elements that we have collected in order to construct the indicators which help in answering our questions. The next step is define the measures to be used and make those definitions as operational such that the implementation task is performed. Next, identify the actions that will take to implement the measures. In order to have the measurements and implementations of it, we need to identify the actions where the implementation of measures have taken place. And the last step is prepare a plan for implementing the measures. We need to have a proper plan in order to access the measures during the software project. In order to explain in a better way, we are considering an example where a company that makes advanced home security systems which have substantial software content. The software supports business functions, differentiates computerized based systems or products, or act as a product in itself. The goals defined for the business are almost always be traced downward to specific goals at the software engineering level. Working as a team, the software engineering as well as the business managers can develop a list of prioritized business goals. They are improve customer satisfaction with our products. The next one is make our products easier to use and reduce the time it takes us to get a new product to market. Make support for our products easier, improve our overall profitability. The software organization assumes each business goal and asks what activities do we manage, or execute, and we want to improve within these activities. To answer certain questions, the SCI recommends the creation of entity question list, where all the entities such as development resources, test cases, schedules, source code, change requests, SC task within the software process that are managed or influenced by the software organization are noted. A process of stepwise refinement is applied in which goals are refined into questions that are further refined into entities and attributes that are then redefined into metrics. Consider the fourth goal: make support for our products easier. The following are the list of questions that can be derived for this post. Do customer change request contain the information we require to adequately evaluate the change and then implement it in a timely manner? How large is the change of request backlog? The next query is our response time for fixing bugs acceptable based on customer need? Is our change control process followed? Are high priority changes implemented in a timely manner? Based on the above questions, the software organization can derive the following sub goals: improve the performance of the changes project management process. The software process entities and attributes are relevant to the sub goal are identified and measured goals associated with them are delineated. Thank you, one and all. If you have any sort of queries, let us discuss in the chat box. Thank you for listening.